Hello YouTube and welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. So in this short video, I'm just going to talk about some new version update pre-release tips basically. So this will apply to all future version updates basically. What you should do before the new update is officially launched and installed. Okay. So before we go further, please make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave some comments and questions in the comment section, please. And do view my other channels and like them as well. Okay, so let's get to it. So as I'm publishing this, 2.2 is around the corner, version 2.2. It's launching in a few days, and this will apply. I'll talk about that as an example, but this will apply to all future version updates as well. So with 2.2, for example, we're going to get 2 rerun banners. These may be considered new characters for those of you who are new players to the game, and that was going to be Child and Hu Tao. I've already done videos on them separately, so we're not going to focus on them. But for any new characters, and this goes with new weapons as well, okay? This applies to all future updates and banners as well. Please, 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 if you're interested in getting those characters, and after you've done your own pre-analysis and decision-making, financially or whatnot, then please go ahead and start farming their items, okay? You can start pre-farming things such as, Hero's Wit, for their character level, right? If you're going to go for their weapon, make sure that you, take a look at their, materials. Of course, you won't have the weapon right away, obviously, in some cases. So you're going to have to look online based on if MiHoYo has released the information officially or not. We're not talking about leaks here. We're talking about official. So from 2.2 onward, it appears that for a Child, for example, his next new bow, the Polar Star, the card that has been released from Genshin Impact officially on their Twitter has notified us of what the Ascension materials are. So in general, do take note of that. Now, some cases, and this will be true moving forward too, there will be new materials introduced that you cannot farm in advance, and that's okay. But there are other things that you can pre-farm that are already available in the game. So make sure you start pre-farming those if you're going to do it for the character and the weapon, because again, with new characters, there are some of them that will require new materials in the new regions. Okay, I'm not going to go into specifics here, but that's just the case. So with this example of Child and Hu Tao, they are not new characters because they're reruns, so their materials are already available in the game. But the new weapons will need the new materials. Artifact-wise, please make sure that you do your research on whether or not which artifact sets you're willing to go for and spend the time to level and to farm for, okay? You want to be efficient with your farming. I already did videos on this. So I talked about, for example, for using Child and Hu Tao, I talked about Shimenawa set versus his Hydro set, which is on the screen, or Hu Tao's, Crimson Witch set, etc., etc. So again, do your research. Please check out my videos, especially if you're considering Child or Hu Tao. But moving forward, for all in general, do your research and make sure that you know which domains you're going to be farming and spending your time on and which ones not to, okay? Now, there are some marginal differences too, and I talked about that too, but you have to be really efficient with your resin farming because resin is a very scarce resource, right? So you don't want to waste your time and effort because there's tons of RNG here, and I did videos on that too where I had so much RNG pain, It's not guaranteed, obviously, to get the best sets or the best pieces with good substats. So make sure that you do realize what you're getting into. And if you have decent or okay copium or relatively okay above average pieces already, maybe you can just make it work, okay? Constellation-wise, there's nothing you can pre-farm for these. It's just that if you want to go for the constellations, go for them. But again, check your financial ability and if it's actually necessary. I do talk about reviews of individual characters as well in depth, so do check out my videos. But this is just for the future. Again, this video is meant to be for all players and meant to be general tips. Talent-wise, same thing. So if you know in advance, especially if it's a rerun character and you know what type of materials they need, you can pre-farm these as well if you want to build their talents up, especially after you get them right away, okay? Or maybe they're a character that you already have in your roster. That's okay, you still need to do all this, right? So make sure that you are farming and saving your resin appropriately. In terms of saving resin, that's a really good point as well. So make sure that you do go to the Serenity pot and you buy out the transient resin right away, especially right before this next update, because it will reset, I think, later today at the end of publishing. Basically, every Monday on the reset, you can buy the transient resin again for that week, okay? That way you have extra resin in your pool that you can use if you're going to go and farm for items or ascension materials or talent materials or whatnot for your characters, okay? Or even just for Mora and Hero's Wit. So make sure you buy this in your Serenity Pot and level up your Serenity Pot. I did a video on Serenity Pot optimization as well in my general tips playlist. Please check that out. Okay, and these will apply, moving forward. Okay. Okay, now it is not necessary to save your to spend money in this game, so I'll just make that clear here. But definitely, if you did pull on the banners, you're gonna have like Stardust and Star Glitter. Okay, so again, plan. Are you planning to use these to get a rebate and buy some more wishes? Are you planning to go and get like items from the Star Glitter shop, such as weapons? Again, I did videos on that too, on the Paimon shop, how to optimize it. And also I did one for this month, October 2021, about what is in the shop right now. So do check those out. But moving forward, again, there's general tips here. Like, do you need to spend your Star Glitter? And if so, what should you buy and prioritize? Again, check those videos out. Same goes for Stardust, okay? Check those out. Then, and as well, like you want to explore obviously your regions, right, and collect all your items, okay? But again, permanent content can technically not be prioritized. So my general tip is that don't feel rushed, because right now, as we're entering 2.2 as an example, there's currently obviously events running. Make sure you finish off all the events and get all the rewards, okay? Because that's totally worth it. For example, the current reward that's in the current shop event is the luxurious Sea Lord. You want to get this to R5, right? So like that's something that's worth doing. So make sure you do that, for example. So just make sure you maximize everything. And then in terms of, also the other thing I want to talk about is the Battle Pass. Okay, so as you know with the Battle Pass, for those of you who participate in buying the paid Battle Pass, like myself, or even those of you who just do the free Battle Pass, which is just the top row here, right? As you know, like there are lots of these weekly missions, right? And there's a lot of them. But keeping in mind, remember, there are the ones where you can spend money and all that stuff, but anything you spend on the day before, remember, the day before the new update is launched or installed does not count. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So that's why you want to save, if you can, your resins and your Mora spending, if you want to get these achievements later in the week after the actual update has launched. Okay, you also want to like maybe save some of your domain runs and your leyline runs until after the update has completed, installed. Same with boss runs as well. Right. Similarly, it can go for your city requests and your city bounties, depending on which city you're in, Mondstadt, Inazuma, or Liyue, right? So again, all of these will only count after the new battle pass becomes available, whether free or paid, okay? So again, you don't want to do these on like the day before. For example, where I'm in the Pacific North America time zone. So my update for the next version update is going to drop on a Tuesday evening usually. So then on the Monday, I would not want to do any of these things because I would get nothing for them, right? Whereas, like, say you did them on Monday, then when the new version is installed, you have to do them again for them to count, okay? And some of them you can't do again. So then you'd be losing out on the Battle Pass experience here, you know what I mean? Like, the bounties you can only do once a week. You can't do them again, right? Like, bosses you can kill again, domains you can kill again, sure. But then, like, some things you can't do again. You can't forge 20 new weapons again, or items, for example, right? You can't cook 20 items, there's some things. Okay. Same with your realm currency. This is a really good one because right now it's a weekend where I'm at right now at the time of publishing. So there are some realm currencies that you should keep and not collect them and just let them, like, you don't want to overflow, of course, but because you can only have a limit up to you depending on your trust rank level for your Serenity Pot. But you don't want to let it overrun. But if you can let it, collect basically over the weekend. And in this case, there's an extra day here in my case because there's a Monday involved. So I would not collect the realm currency from the Serenity Pot yet and wait until the Tuesday after my new version is updated, for example, and then collect it then, okay? Because then it will count towards this and you'll get this achievement right away. This mission will be completed with 1,000 resin realm currency collected. Right? And same with the weekly bosses. You can kill them again, you just don't get the items again, right? So you could technically kill them before the new update has installed. However, you'd have to do it again, which is kind of a waste of time, right? It's up to you, right? I would wait and do them afterward, okay? And then these individual ones that are event related are going to change each update, so they're not going to make a difference. So I wouldn't bother with those right now. But yeah, and then same with these ones, the daily ones. Make sure if you are still trying to collect the current battle pass, make sure you do them all before the current battle pass runs out. As you can see on the timer here in my example, this will run out later today in 7 hours anyways, and then the battle pass will disappear anyways. So make sure you collect everything before everything expires. But even then, right before the new update launches, you will have no battle pass anyways, so that's not an issue, right? But on the day of the launch, okay, here's the thing: the day that it's going to install, and then you have to wait for the update to be officially downloaded and installed, right? On that day, okay, for example, Tuesday as my example here, I would not do the daily commissions on that day, even though they were reset and available. You know why? Because if I do them before installing the new patch, I will not get to collect this achievement, because you can't do the commission again afterward, right? Yeah. And the login one will count as long as you log off and log back in, so that's not a big deal, right? But then the daily commission one, you can't redo again. So I would wait. Same with mining. The mining items is easy, so you can just mine them before and after if you really wanted to, right? And spending the resin for the day, okay? For those of you who are free to play or low spenders or budget players, okay? You are probably only relying on the basic original resin that's refreshed during the day, which is fine. I'm currently becoming more of a casual player again too, okay? I started off as a casual player, and then I was kind of a dolphin and maybe a baby whale, and then now I'm back to being a casual player. So then basically, my point is this. So don't spend all your resin before you actually get the update, okay? But what you can do if you don't want it to overflow is, here's the tip. You should go to the crafting table and you should make the condensed resin. Oh, I don't have any here. But go to, the crafting table and make the condensed resin, okay? So that it's not overflowing while you're waiting. Because the update will take 5 hours, and we all know that we can gain approximately 7.5 or 8 resin, per hour, right? So that's about 40. So just make sure that you spend some of it before by crafting. I don't have enough right now, but you can craft condensed resin and use that for later, okay? So no worries there. You can always craft them in advance and just save them for later. Let me see, where is it on the screen? It's probably at the very bottom. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because you can craft 40 of them. Well, it's not on here actually. So whatever. But anyway, the point is, yeah, just make sure you plan, and save, as well as farm. That's the main thing here, okay? And I just want to make sure that you guys are setting yourselves up right for the battle pass when it's reset, as well as setting yourself up for the new install and the new version update once you're ready to go and you want to go and pull those characters, those weapons, level them up, right? So that you're ready to go with them, okay? So anyway, I hope you guys found this useful. And I hope you guys subscribe, like my video, leave me some comments, ask me some questions, and feel free to check out my other videos as well. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.